Ever since I was a child, I wanted to scare people. My name is Ethan, and I devoured Goosebumps books like they were candy, then moved on to Christopher Pike, Stephen King, and Dean Koontz. At first, my parents were thrilled I was reading. But when my mom realized what exactly I was reading, she grew anxious. "You're going to give yourself nightmares," she said. I laughed. I thought nothing could scare me. Pennywise? Randall Flagg? Cartoon monsters? I wanted something real. Something that clawed under your skin. I decided to write it myself. Years of failure followed, stories that stank of imitation, pages of recycled fear. It wasn't until college that I wrote something that felt alive. It was about a space station running out of food, rescue years away, and the chief scientist calculating survival if he consumed the crew. I sent it to my girlfriend, Claire, and drove to her apartment, heart pounding. She was crying when I arrived. I can't even look at you," she whispered, her hands shaking. "That's disgusting." I tried to explain. "It's just a story." She screamed. She screamed like something had crawled out of the story itself. She told me I was broken, that I needed help. I left, stunned, proud and horrified at the same time. I sent the story to magazines, but silence answered. Doubt seeped in. Maybe my sense of fear was broken. Maybe I shouldn't write at all. Then came the night that changed everything. I woke to weight on my chest, something heavy, pressing. I tried to move, and a shadow hovered over me. "You're close," it whispered, a voice not mine but inside my mind. "You can't hold back now." I gasped awake, heart hammering. That morning, I began my next story. And it wrote itself. It was as though the monster I imagined reached through my fingers, guiding each keystroke. When I finally looked at the screen, it was complete. Thousands of words I hadn't consciously typed. I read it and felt terror like a living thing climbing my spine. I shut the laptop immediately. This was no story. This was a door to something beyond me, something that had waited decades to speak. I considered showing it to others, but fear held me back. Maybe test readers first, my parents, Margaret and James. They were happy to see me, wary of the papers I carried. They went upstairs to read in the cozy chairs of their study. I waited downstairs, imagining their pride. Glass shattered. A heavy thump followed. I ran upstairs and froze. Margaret's body lay among shards of glass and scattered pages. Lifeless. James was at the window, shaking, eyes wild. He picked a shard and ran it across his throat. Blood trickled down. He fell on top of her. I should have screamed. I should have run. But the horror of my story eclipsed everything. A single page fluttered down, landing on my chest. I read a line, and I felt it, the words were alive. They looked at me, through me, saw my darkest corners. They made me tremble. They whispered to me, urging me. I fled the room. The story followed. Every shadow I saw seemed to writhe with intent. Every word I remembered whispered, promising more. I tried to tell myself it was just imagination, but I knew better. I had created something that could reach out, even now. I've stayed away from my own laptop since. I work on my mother's old computer, terrified to open the one with the story. I can't delete it. I can't destroy it. It waits, patient, hungering. Part of me wants the world to read it. To see my genius. Another part knows the cost. People could end up like my parents, or worse. Sometimes, late at night, I hear typing. Not my own. Faint at first, then louder. Words forming on a page I can't see. I know it's the story, calling me. Whispering. You can't resist forever. I know that the moment I look at it again, the fear will rise. It will consume me. And perhaps, one day, it will step beyond the page completely. And then, maybe I will understand what it truly means to be scared.